Those of you who were here last week, I bet none of you were here last week because I went headlong for Inception's throat. Like an angry wolf. And you could feel the rift between me and the flock. It just, Bo Peep almost got sheeped to death.
Well, see, I was listening to it just, the audio, the podcast version of it. I didn't sense that the audience was that disgruntled by your hatred.
It's their faces. You see their faces. Just watch. You at home that are listening on the podcast, you won't be able to participate in this, but just, Jeff, you focus on them. I don't know. Inception, it's kind of dumb. So look at that guy. Look at that guy.
Yeah, he looks horrified.
Yeah. But Harmontown is a plan that we have to form a colony. Because I think we feel we don't want to be dire about this. We don't feel like the world is ending terribly soon. It's not like a huge emergency. But it takes a long time to start a city of people who can carry humanity's torch. So what we want to try to do, probably on the moon. I keep thinking it's got to be on the moon because I just don't know. There's no place in Texas that's going to let us do this. And I don't want to go anywhere where there's like mosquitoes.
They tried that once, and the ATF came down pretty hard.
Yeah, don't groan it. I mean, groan the government. It's bad form to burn people alive. It's a terrible, terrible way to govern.
I feel like it is too, actually.
We have to talk about religion. We have to talk about politics. We have to talk about what we would do with our unseemly citizenry. Like, what do you do if somebody does something you don't like? It's going to happen in a room full of 200 people. Like, you, sir, do something that nobody likes.
Fuck Batman.
He said, fuck Batman.
I like that.
Now what do we do? Now what do we do with him?
We fuck him. An eye for an eye.
Fuck him? For a second?
Yeah, you fuck Batman, we fuck you. It's not that hard, governments.
We figured it out. That's it. All right. Now what do we do? Let's play charades.
Also, a lot of my answers are, I'm just going to fuck you.
Yeah. That was good. Thank you for doing that. That's not easy to be called upon. I'm like a drowning man at a pool. You don't have to applaud him. That's ridiculous.
That was good.
You can if you want, but don't ever do anything here that you feel compelled to do. That's bad governing.
Did you not like the new Batman?
No.
I haven't seen it either. I've given up on movies. I don't even want to go to them anymore. So you didn't like the new Batman? I haven't heard anything good about it.
It was silly.
Silly. It's silly, he says.
We should give this guy an identity. What's your name? Max.
You should get a microphone, for fuck's sake.
Well, you can have one if you want. Well, here's a Batman we can talk about because a lot of you people didn't even see it, and the ones who did probably blocked it out. Remember the Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face? I was explaining this to my 27-year-old girlfriend today. It was like explaining like Korea or something. Like she was going, "What? Come on!" Like Batman was sitting in the courtroom.
Wait,
is just hanging out? Because she started laughing. We were actually watching the second Batman, which everybody agrees is like it's a pretty it's certainly the best Batman movie we've ever seen.
Were you saying it's like Korea in that there's North and South and it's divided like Two-Face?
No.
Down the middle of his face, there's the 38th parallel of.
No, I apologize. I'm all over the place tonight. I meant like I'm like an old veteran, and I'm going, well, she's going, what were you fighting about, Grandpa? I'm like, well, we wanted the Korea to be different. Well, who gives a shit about Korea now? I don't know. We gave a shit back then.
What if the character of Two-Face was actually a trenchant commentary on the Korean conflict?
I don't remember which movie it was. It was either, I think it was the Danny DeVito as the Penguin one. I think it was still Michael Keaton was Batman sitting in the courtroom in his Batman outfit. And they show the origin of Two-Face in the form of a newsreel. And Tommy Lee Jones is questioning a mob guy. And the mob guy doesn't like the way it's going. So he pulls out, as they do, a jar of acid from his, the pocket of his double-breasted suit coat.
Your jar pocket.
And he flings it at Tommy Lee Jones, who it's a visual thing. I'll do what he did visually first. He uses a manila folder to block exactly half his face. And that's how he became Two-Face. And he has a contentious relationship with Batman, as Aaron Eckhart's Two-Face does with Christian Bale's Batman. In this version, just because, well, where were you when I got that acid on half of my face? And the answer is, I was sitting there in the courtroom and I just couldn't get over the gallery thing. Like, they show a shot of Batman trying to get over the courtroom, like, little people's court flappy door. It couldn't be more ridiculous. You'd have to show Batman, like, taking a shit to ruin the mythology more for nerds. Like, I just sat there in the theater and looked at Schraub, and Schraub looked at me, and we started making out. I understand the appeal of Batman. Somewhere in our heart, we want a guy out there that's like rich, which represents the fact that America, it does work. It's okay to be capitalist. But, we need a hero. We need a Prometheus who uses his godlike powers to, uphold our value system. We're very...
But Max, you said the new one is silly.
Yes, it's a little silly.
They're not taking it seriously enough.
Well,
or
maybe a little too serious.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know what Liam Neeson would say about Batman? It doesn't matter.
I'm determined that Liam Neeson pays off at some point tonight.
He probably will. There's no payoff. You're not going to get paid. You're going to get eaten.